Good day. My name is Dr. Darrell Wolfe, and I'm also known as the Doc of Detox. And today I have Clayton Nolte, researcher, inventor, and world humanitarian, who believes that water, structured water, will be able to change the face of this planet. And today, I'd like to introduce Mr. Nolte.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, sir. I have a question for you. There's a quote by Albert Einstein, and he says that everything is frequency. So when we're talking about frequency, can you tell me where that plays with structured water?
Absolutely. Structured water and frequency. Basically, water is, it comes from the sun, and it contains all the frequencies.
Wait now, water comes from the sun.
Yes, basically, it's a vibrational event. So, where does water come from? Where did it originate from? And maybe we shouldn't even get into this because it gets into the physics of water. So okay. So let's leave that part out. Basically, water, frequency. Water, structured water, contains all the frequencies of creation. So, when water being structured enters into the body, you have this instant hydration. And instant hydration because structured water has a lower viscosity. And the lower viscosity allows the water to hydrate your cells instantaneously.
That silky feel.
That silky feel.
Yeah.
That dense feel.
Yeah.
Basically, structured water, you get more water in a given space than unstructured water. Basically, because the clusters of water molecules are identically the same. So it's like having a bag of marbles, and all the marbles are the same. So you get more marbles in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
If all the marbles are different sizes, you have big gaps, big spaces, you don't get as many marbles in. And when you look at water in that regard, most surface water, bottled water, has large clusters, thousands of water molecules in a cluster.
Is that where the old elephant through the eye of the needle comes in, right?
That's true.
Okay, so then it sits on outside the cell, never makes it into the cell to do what it was meant to do, and that's why with most waters, like reverse osmosis, filtered water, distilled water, you can drink them and you felt like you eat a meat, like you've eaten a meal.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And one of the really big things here between structured water again is water that is molecularly changed. Basically, a simple statement about structured water is energetically, structured water energetically neutralizes all toxins and also energetically enhances all nutrients and makes them instantly available at the cellular level. Back to frequency. How do the cells in your body get fed? Most people don't know this. Everything you eat and everything you drink goes out your elimination system in one direction or another.
That's right.
So what feeds your cells? The energy of the food you eat, the energy of the water and or the energy of other drinks that you drink.
So you're only going to be as good as what you're comprised of. So, you know, the energy or the frequency of that water or food you take in will directly correlate into the way that you feel and the energy that you have and the way you feel about life.
Exactly. You say it all the time in your book. You say, you know, and you're putting it in medical terms or medical terminology or medical understandings, but it's all about what you take in. Potentially raises your energy level or pushes it down. It's the same thing with water. If you use water that has no energy, and we look at it all the time, you go anywhere in this country, anywhere, and you look at the energy in the water, it's zero. It's a blank page, black. We show this all the time. And when there's nothing there, and you consume that water, what do you get? Nothing. You lose because primarily the water that you're drinking, when you're drinking structured water, you have an increase in oxygen. Basically there's an enormous amount of free oxygen. And where is that oxygen when you have a blank page or no energy? The reason that it's black is because the oxygen is holding on to the memory of everything the water has passed through and everything the water has passed by since it came out of nature, since it came from rain or came down into this environment.
I see. And I think for our listeners, I think what's really going to be important for them is that frequency shows in your personality. So a lot of times when you feel depressed, when you feel grumpy, it's not because there could be, do you ever see yourself driving home or just things seem to be going along great, nobody did anything to you, and all of a sudden you feel depressed, you feel some kind of negative emotion? Nothing had to happen to you because something is happening to you. You're taking in dead water, which cannot create life, which can bring your spirit up. Because, you can't have spirit with dead water. But if you have water that has life force in it, that will raise your spirit. And then everybody else will want to be around you, and you'll want to be around everyone else. So holy moly, wait a minute here. Could water, the type of water we have, actually be causing our depression or alleviating a depressed immune system or a depressed emotional feeling?
Yes, and let me give you an example. When it rains, just a few drops of rain, what happens? All the green, the grasses, all the trees jump up with joy. Everything jumps up with joy. But if you can water your lawn all day long with city water, well water, and what happens?
Wow.
It will just maintain green, just maintain. But again, a 1/16 of an inch of rain, or a 32nd inch of rain, everything jumps up with joy, with life, with enthusiasm.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me that this will duplicate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It is structured water.
I see it in my
Water.
patients. I see it in my patients.
Water coming down from the atmosphere. The natural hydrological cycle is the only way that nature basically structures water.
Mm-hmm.
Natural hydrological cycle, which is water evaporating, going up in the clouds, coming down as rain.
Yes.
The however is today, that rainwater is coming down through an enormous amount of toxicity. And the water is pulling that toxicity into itself.
And it's picking up the memories of the toxicity, and toxicity is a very troubled state.
Yes, it is.
So if you're going to drink that water, then you can expect to feel troubled. Well, thank you very much, Clayton.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. As always, a world of wisdom. I want to thank you for joining us. And if you'd like to have information on one of the most amazing devices that I've seen in 35 years, please go to docofdetox.com/water calculator, where you will not just get information on these devices, but you'll also be able to put in information, personal information about you, your weight, how you eat, what type of exercise you do, how much sleep you get. And we will calculate for you for the first time how much water you need to have the health that you deserve. So, you know where to go to lighten the load and flush the pounds. Thanks for joining us.